hello you guys. Hello po. Happy Sunday. Meron tayong 2 million viewers. Ayan. Hello, happy Sunday to everyone who's watching right now. I think from the Philippines or from Saudi Arabia or even from Ireland. Hello po sa inyo. Today is a lovely day because, lang ganun, because, bakit nga ba lovely day? Bakit nga ba lovely day today? You know why? Because, again, of course guys, yung live streaming natin, hindi lang siya basta-basta live. Of course, nag-research talaga guys, for us to have a very interesting and very interesting and of course very special guest. Guest talaga, guest speaker talaga siya, guys. Kasi, bakit na ba siya? Wait lang, kailangan natin pabaka yung music. Medyo nag-panic ako. Bakit na ba siya special? Kasi, she is one of the prestigious talaga ba, te? One of the famous YouTube vloggers here in Ireland. Actually, I've watched her videos even before I came here. And some of you have probably checked her YouTube channel already because you know that she is a reliable source when it comes to nursing, when it comes to Ireland, and when it comes to the lifestyle here in Ireland. Alam niyo yun. So guys, are you ready? Wait lang, actually merong pa merong pa comment. Sabi ni Jay, si Jay ito, di ba Jay? Sabi niya, hi Gail. Sabi ni Janice, Joy, of course. Ayan na naman, ang maligalig. Ayan, maligalig pa si Janice, Joy. Janice, ako talaga pag hindi tayo nagkita dito. Masasaktan ka sa akin. Ayan, hello po Miss Gail, sabi ni Janice, Joy. Sabi naman ni Ana Garcia, hi Miss Ana. Sabi niya pa, hi Miss Gail. Ayan. So now guys, excited na ba kayo? Kasi ako excited talaga ako sa collab na. Because number one, pareho may Bisaya na lang jud. Pareho may Bisaya. Pareho may Bisaya na ako. Pareho kaming Bisaya, pareho kaming pakwento, and pareho kaming pakwento talaga. And pareho kami ng gusto to help you guys and to share what we know. Kasi nga, di ba, kung wala tayong idea what is Ireland or what are the things that is going on here in Ireland, would we be interested here in Ireland? So, these, like Miss Yen, di ba, sinabi ko na ang pangalan niya. Yen, she's always and motivated actually to information that are relevant to living in Ireland. Parang ganon. So, others who are checking her YouTube channel become interested on moving, interested in moving here in Ireland. Talaga. Ready na ba, speaker? Oh my gosh, I'm so ready, guys, because she's been ready. She's been ready, I think, ilang weeks na ba? Ilang weeks na siyang binigyan ng topic na ito. She is a theater nurse, and I think she is the right person to discuss to you our topic today. Yan. Without further ado, palakpakan muna. Yan. I present to you, may pagana talaga, I present to you, Mayora herself, exclusively. Yan. Ayan, you guys. Ayan.
Grabe naman yung pa-prestigious.
Prestigious.
Kakaya naman.
Wait lang.
Prestigious talaga?
Wait lang, guys. Prestigious talaga, guys. Kasi alam niyo, guys, si Miss Yen, hindi lang 10 views ang mga vlogs. Mga nearly 1 million yan, guys.
O hindi naman lang.
Nearly 1
Grabe. Baka pag nag-check sila, bakit lang to 200?
Nako guys, of course guys, gano'n naman talaga. We have different viewers, but of course, ibig lang sabihin nun guys, maraming subscribers si Mayora. Ibig sabihin lang nun guys, legit talaga siya guys, 'di ba? Ayan, legit na legit. Ayan. Sabi ni Janice Mayora, maayong buntag. Yan. Sabi naman ni Jay,
maayong buntag.
Mayora.
Adto.
Ayan.
Ana
Tuod to na
Garcia is my
gani.
subscriber. Mm. She's
Ayan, oo
Ana.
nga, si Ana
Ah,
Garcia. Ayan,
ah,
you guys. So now, Miss Yen, sorry. O, di ba? Ako, sa sobrang excited ko, na-excited ako. So, Miss Yen, ang question ko is, would you tell us about yourself before you start your topic? And, ang pinaka-importanting tanong, why did you even choose talaga? Why did you choose Ireland? Yan.
Char.
Talaga, ayan. Hindi ka na-brief
Oh,
nito, di ba, na question na to.
ah,
Pero
ah.
sige, go.
Okay, a brief ano lang background. I'm Yen. I'm a nurse for more than 2 decades na. So gano'n na tayo katanda. Char.
Malalaman yung edad, Miss
Uh,
Yen.
I've been
Wala naman daw sa
nursing
itsura.
wala ba? Thank you, Gail. Kaibigan talaga kita.
Ayan, ayan.
13 years na po ako dito sa Ireland and then isang hospital lang. I've never moved. Well, during yung nagka-embargo sa HCC, I was about to move but hindi natuloy. So, eto na ako. So, the same employer since 2008. So, ayun. And
Ayan.
so I was in the Middle East, kaway-kaway sa mga viewers natin from Saudi Arabia, Oman. So, I've worked there for 7 years before moving to Ireland. And then, as a theater nurse too. So, ayun. And why did I start YouTube? Kasi gusto kong nurses to come over to Ireland because Ireland is a neutral country. Kumbaga, wala silang kinikilingan na paniniwala. So, they have their own. Oh, ayun. So, that's why I choose Ireland. And then, we have to accept the fact that we have too much freedom here compared to the Middle East. So, hindi ko nakikita talaga yung sarili ko na to start a family in the Middle East. Wala talagang freedom doon. So, here, I have too much freedom.
Oh,
I can do
ayan
the
na,
stuff that
guys.
gusto ko in my own free will. So, ayan siya. So, thank you for subscribing and following me all throughout the years. Pang third year ko na ata sa YouTube. Pasensya na, hindi po ako nakakapag-vlog lately. Nag-usap kami ni Gail bago nag-live na we've been very busy talaga since lockdown started. And yeah, like being a vlogger, it will take at least almost a day of editing, alam ni Gail yan. And then mag-isip ng content and then if I am going to do a sit down video, you
Wait
have to do a
lang, Miss Yen.
research.
Almost a day ba? O
Ah,
almost
ha?
a day ba, Miss Yen?
Depende
O
depende
almost a
sa
month?
mood mo at saka sa motivation mo, mga 1 month.
Oh, 1 month na
Depende
ba
sa mood
kayo?
at saka sa motivation mo. Ayun. So, ayan. So, thank you. And please, sa mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe kay Gail, please subscribe. At saka sa mga F&I vloggers natin, please subscribe. And don't skip the ads, guys. Kasi sa totoo lang, walang masyadong kita sa
Don't skip
YouTube.
the ads.
So, just to show your support, don't skip the ads. Oo. And then, thank you din sa F&I admin. Kasama ka na doon, Gail, kina Golda, kina Brian. Whoever started the Facebook group, continue doing and continue inspiring and supporting our future nurses coming over to Ireland. So ayun lang. So continue with your goal. Panalo tayo doon. Ireland lang may
Yan,
F&I.
of
Wala
course.
sa ibang bansa.
Ireland
Oo.
lang malakas, Miss Yen. Ayan.
Tama. Oh,
Guys,
LR tayo.
guys,
Lahi
sa
rag
mga
yun.
nanonood,
Oo.
Lahi Rajon,
Oo.
LRJ.
Oo.
Guys, don't forget to
Oo.
subscribe to Miss Yen's channel. Si Mayora, nag-iisang Mayora ng Ireland. Exclusively yan. Please don't forget to subscribe to Mayora's
Thank you.
channel. And
Oo.
para maging isa na
Ah.
kayo sa mga alagad ni Mayora. Ginawang alagad, Mayora. Pero anyways, you
Alagad
guys.
talaga.
Ayun, anyways talaga. Anyway, you guys, ayan. Sabi pala ni Stephen, Miss Yen, sabi niya pa, wow, PPE Donnie and Duffin po ba ito? Ayan, nasa tamang lugar ka
Nasa
nga.
tamang lugar ka, Stephen. Oo.
Stephen.
Oo.
Hindi,
Ayun.
nasa tamang channel ka. Wala ka sa channel 5. Nasa channel 3 ka. Sarap. Ayan, sabi niya pa, taga-asa man ka,
Taga-asa
Mayora.
man ka,
Mayong
Mayora.
gabi din ha. Alam, mayong gabi.
Taga Sugbo ko,
Ayan.
Stephen. Taga Cebu. Shout out pala sa sister ko, Gail.
Taga
Si Shelo. She's watching right now, I hope. She's going to be here for her RCSI test coming in May. So, ayan. Shout out sa kanya.
Yeah, yeah. So, so
Oo.
isa to dapat sa mga sa mga papanoorin
Hopefully,
niya
she'll be
para
working
matuto
with
siya.
me soon. Hopefully.
Ah,
Oo.
I think
Mm-mm.
I would be happy to meet her in person. Kailangan na talaga
Mm-mm.
natin. FNI
Mm.
vloggers and FNI admins, kailangan talaga nating Ayan. Sabi
Oo
ni
nga
Elise,
eh, no?
hello po.
Ah.
Ayan. Sabi ni Janice Mayora, mayong gabi, Mayora. Ayan.
Mayong gabi dyan. Taga-asa si Janice.
Janice, comment down below kung taga saan kayo. Guys, please don't forget to like this live stream. Okay, don't forget to like this live stream and to share this one to your friends, just in case if they're taking their RCS exam or if they're about to have their adaptation. Because this will definitely help them. And of course, especially to all the new nurses here in Ireland. Ayan, lagi ko sinasabi yon. Ulit-ulit na lang yung sinasabi ko. Ayan. Uy, sabi ni Fides Laura, hello mga gwapa, Mayora o Kapitana, walang hiya! Walang hiya! Walang hiya!
Oh, may Mayora, may Kapitana. Complete package. Tanod na lang kulang, day.
Ano, uy. Fides, mag-a-apply ka bang tanod, Fides? Comment down below. Ayan. Sige. Taga
Taga
Davao,
Davao.
Mayora.
Oo,
Taga
Davao.
Davao.
Oo.
Hello.
Uy, nice sad ba ang Davao?
Oo. Silingan
Hmm.
Rami. Silingan Rami. Sabi ni Fides, Laura, sample sa be paubaya. Nice!
Go,
Sample
go,
daw.
Gail!
Ako ba? Ako ba
Kamo
pala?
yan, Moira.
Akala, akala ko pa naman, Mayora, ikaw. Ayan. Wait na, may
Ah,
tanong, Mayora. Ang tanong,
ah,
sasayaw
ah.
po ba si Mayora? Ayan. Malalaman nyo,
Um,
guys. Malalaman nyo.
wag niyo akong pilitin. Wag mo akong pilitin.
Oh, ako guys, sumayaw na guys. Sumayaw na si
Ah,
Mayora. But of course, we should not
ah,
forget the purpose of this live stream. Number one,
yes.
sasayaw si Mayora. Number two, Stephen, nasa tamang landas ka na. Nasa tamang channel ka sa pinapanood
Ah,
mo. And of course, I would like to give this floor na talaga, the
floor
main
talaga.
stage
Oo.
to
Mm-mm.
Mayora to discuss
Mm.
the PP. Ayan. Go, Mayora. You can start now. Thank you. Ayan.
Mm-mm. Mm. Okay, so pasensya na sa background ko yung lighting nito. Medyo naka-mood lighting tayo. Char. Oo, so pasensya na. Pero kita nyo naman ako, di ba? Kita naman ako. Yeah,
Ang
so our topic
importante,
for
nakikita
today,
si Mayora.
kita ba? Kita, kita.
Ang
So
importante
our
ko
topic
nakikita
for
si
today
Mayora.
is, so, gora na tayo sa ating topic for today, Gail. Okay na? Are we all ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so our topic for today's review session is personal protective equipment. As Gail mentioned earlier, this is applicable to nurses who are planning to take their OSCE and their adaptation. So applicable to siya. But the PPE that I will be discussing here, it will be more on yung the medical technique, hindi yung surgical technique namin sa theater. Because we do yung close gloving technique, hindi yung open gloving technique na ginagamit natin sa PPE when you are doing the wound care or when you are removing catheter or when you are taking a blood sample. So, yan. So, we will be discussing on the open gloving technique lang dito sa PPE natin for today. So, mga bata, mga bata, batibot.
Ano
Ano
po
nga
ba
ba ang
kayo, mga
PPE?
bata?
Ano nga ba yung PPE? Sagot! Personal
Anong
protective
PPE
equipment.
tatanggalin ko sa board? Bigla ganun.
Ah,
Tatanggalin ko sa board.
comment
Ano
down
nga ba
below,
ang
ano yung PPE? Anong ibig sabihin ng
grabe?
PPE?
Ayan.
So, personal protective equipment. So, that will be our topic for today. So, I'll be showing sa inyo kung paano, how to put it on properly at the right sequence, which we call the donning, and then the removing of the PPE, the right sequence as well, as per HSC or health health system executive dito sa Ireland. So, I know there's a lot of video out there in YouTube showing their own sequence on how to don and doff or remove the PPE. But doon lang tayo manood sa yung video na ginawa ng HSE mismo. Kasi you are going to take your adaptation in Ireland, hindi sa Amerika, hindi sa Canada, hindi sa UK. So just I would suggest watch the HSE and for the video. Okay? And then for our most of our sources here sa ating discussion for today is from HSC Land. So actually ENTT and hand washing, PPE donning is part of my parang annual na module na ginagawa as a theater nurse. So ayun. So I will be also discussing yung refresher lang siguro about the hand hygiene, which is discussed by the previous speakers of Gail. So ayan, so I will not go through yung details talaga, but I will still show you how to do it kasi kailangan natin when we are doing PPE. So okay. So ano nga ba yung PPE or your personal protective equipment? Basahin ko na lang. So it's a special clothing we use to protect ourselves from potential splashes of blood, body fluids, chemicals, and any chance of contact with a patient with a positive COVID. So, ayun yun. And so, when to use your PPE? So, kailan mo ito kailangan? So, una, when you are emptying catheter bags, um, handling drips or drains, like for patients who have drains coming out from theater, if your adaptation area is in the surgical ward, so may mga drains yung pasyente natin from theater, so you might need to empty, or even sa mga ICU or HDU, maybe some patients will have catheter, or even in the medical ward, so you might have to empty the catheter, or if you need to take blood samples, so kailangan you need to wear as well, or even wound dressing. So, kailangan mo ito. And then, what are the different types of PPE? Comment down below. So, siguro naman, master
Comment
nyo na ito.
ayan, sige.
Master nyo na
Comment
ito
down,
sa
comment.
ngayon. Oo.
Kurot
So, okay, so we have different types of the PPE. So number one is your gloves. Ito I have here, yung gloves. Ito yung natawag natin na unsterile gloves. Ayan siya. So powder-free po ito siya. Most of the hospitals in Ireland is wala na yung powdered gloves. Lahat ng gloves natin dito is powder-free na. Ayan siya. So this is the unsterile gloves, and then we have also the sterile gloves that we use when we are doing the wound care or changing dressing, or when you are working in theater. So sterile gloves yung ginagamit natin doon. And then next is we also have masks. So we have different type of masks. Unfortunately, I don't have a surgical mask with me. I only have a cloth, but ipapakita ko na lang sa inyo later on kung paano. Ito na lang gagamitin ko when we are going to do our donning with the PPE. So ayan, so you have also your surgical mask and your FFP2 and your FFP3. If you are assigned in an area wherein there is a patient that is positive for COVID, or if you are in theater, working in theater, and you have patients coming in for general anesthesia, GA, or patients that will require a procedure that needs a aerosol generating like mga gas ganon. And then next is we have plastic aprons as the third PPE. I have here plastic apron. Ayan siya. Ito yung usual na makikita nyo pag yung pag bedside care sa ward. Ayan siya. Or meron din yung mga gowns na hindi sterile, yung long sleeve na gowns na makikita mo sa mga ICU, HDU, ganyan. And then we also have a different types of gown sa theater, which is the sterile gowns naman. So, ayan. And then we also have eye protection. That is number 4. So eye protection. We also have different types of eye protection. You have your shields, which is very common. Ayan siya. Even for people who are not working in the hospital nowadays, meron na silang face shields. We also have goggles. Ayan siya. And then we also have different types of goggles. May disposable, and then may iba na ginagamit reusable namin. So like may issue kami sa theater talaga. Itong goggles na to, hindi ko na to siya ginagamit. So kaya dinala ko siya as para lang ipakita sa inyo. But I have one in theater that I kept in my locker that we clean it with a special disinfectant which we call Virusol every after use bago ko siya i-put away. So, ayan yung apat na types of PPE natin na karaniwan natin nakikita sa ward or sa theater when you are giving bedside care sa ward or sa nursing home. So, ayan siya. Um, so, di-discuss natin one by one, which is na-discuss ko na ata, but we will just add some more information. So, gloves. Gloves reduce the risk of exposure with the staff to service users. Pasensya na wala akong pa-screen ano dito kasi walang ano dito na pwedeng i-share. I'm only using
Don't
a
flex na
mobile
naman
phone. So, mahirap lang
ang
po si
camera.
Mayora. Walang ano,
Kami.
laptop. So, wala akong pa-share dito. So, I'll try to make this discussion like lively. I'll try to just it up, to sex it up. Char! Kasi boring to. So, ayan. So, anyway, so bear with me and sana may mga iniinom din kayo dyan para hindi kayo... mm. Ayan. So, ito pala, staff with latex allergy must be provided with alternatives, gloves, like, yeah, so when you are going into a patient, tapos for a bedside care, let's say change of catheter or um, removing of IV, make sure if the patient is may allergies sa latex, make sure yung gloves na gagamitin mo is latex free. So, yes, and even in theater, ina-highlight namin yan. So, especially when I go for a list during the day, so ina-highlight namin yan kung may latex allergy ba kami na patient. So, usually, nilalagay namin siya first sa list, yung mga latex allergy patient. So, we make sure everything na gamit namin is latex allergy. So, ayun siya. And then, next, powdered latex gloves should never be used. So that's why I have mentioned earlier, wala na tayong mga powdered gloves dito sa Arlan. Lahat sila powder free. Actually, on a side note, ito, may eczema ako dito dahil sa powdered gloves. Kaya nowadays, I'm using latex free na gloves kasi allergic ako. So ayan, so mahirap kumita ng pera. And always wash your hands before and after putting on gloves. So this is the very important thing that you will do before putting on your PPE and after removing your PPE. Don't forget to do your hand hygiene. Very important yan. And then perform a risk assessment. If you don't need gloves, don't wear them. So hindi lahat ng bedside care is you have to wear your gloves. So you do a risk assessment as well. The same with your goggles. Like kung wala namang potential na splashes ng body fluids, so you don't have to wear like yung face shields. Okay? And then latex gloves are being replaced with nitrile as per HCC latex policy. O yun na nga. So wala nang latex gloves. Ito, importante to. Wearing gloves is never a substitute for good hand hygiene. Hands must be cleaned before putting on gloves and after removing. So again, I'm reminding everybody, especially when you go for your OSCE, upon entering your the room, make sure Gail, may makikita ba kayong parang hand gel sa pagpasok mo sa OSCE room? Sa may ano ba doon sa wall? Parang hand gel?
And even on every station, there would be
May hand gel.
a hand
So,
gel.
automatic yan. Automatic. Oo.
Pag siya, pag procedure siya.
Oo. Pasensya na hindi ako maka-relate about RCSI kasi during my time, walang RCSI na option. So, all of us went for adaptation. Yung mga nurses who came here before, I think 2015 lang nag-start ang RCSI, am I right?
Yes,
so,
nung sila, di ba nag-layover? Then nag-stop ng hiring si Ireland. Nung
recession.
Recession. Yeah, that's the term. Nung nag-recession sila.
Nag-embargo.
Adaptation. Tapos nung umalik nung 2015,
So,
nag-start na yung
ng RCSI. So, that's why di ako maka-picture out kung ano yung mga station doon sa OSCE. So, I have to ask Gail. So, anyway, sabi niya, so every station may mga hand gel. So, make sure na gamitin mo yan. Gamitin mo yan. Kasi, ang mga preceptor mo doon, they are very or assessor, they are very observant. So make sure you use that. And then, so upon entering the room, gonna introduce yourself. So use the hand gel. So, and of course, don't forget your technique. Huwag mag-panic kung ano-ano lang pinagagawa mo. Doon, so, kailangan mo rin i-master mo yan siya kasi lahat ng station is, I think, Gail, you have to do the hand washing, I think. Hand hygiene, I
half,
think. So,
half of
uh,
the half of the 14 would be more of like procedure wise. So
mm,
it's either kapag hand washing ka, mag-hand wash ka
mm,
or mag-hand hygiene. But
okay.
some procedures you don't have to do it, you just have to say
Mm.
it. Have-
Oh, okay. So, sabihin mo lang. Ayun. So, even for people who are going to do the adaptation, is like lahat ng patient's room, even near the nurse's station, in the corridor, may palaging may mga pump, mga hand gel pump.
So
So,
different from the Philippines, di ba, te?
it's so different. Dito, abunda sa kuanday, hand gel.
Oo,
Abunda.
lahat
So, like
corner,
every
like
room,
outside. Paglabas mo ng elevator, may hand gel.
oo,
Pagpasok
hand gel. Oo.
rooms, may
Oo.
hand
Daming supply. Oo. So, make sure, like, again, don't forget before putting on your PPE and after you use your hand gel. So, ayan. So, ibabanggitin ko lang siya para lang hindi natin makalimutan yung mga pointers. And then, we'll move to the mask. So, remember when to use your face mask. So, this is required for routine care in respiratory tract infections like patients who have COVID. But nowadays, I think, I don't know sa protocol ninyo sa hospital, sa COVID protocol ninyo, Gail, I think everybody has to wear a FFP2 ba? Or
naman sa
surgical
amin,
mask lang?
risk assessment din sa amin. Because
Mm,
nasa children's kami,
mm-mm.
and we don't have much of um, cases.
COVID.
Then,
Ah,
like, you are really on COVID precaution, like swab, or if
mm,
you had a contact, like positive contact, you will be
mm,
on COVID precaution. Doon na
mm.
tayo mag-FF.
Oh,
Hey guys,
otherwise,
ano
you just
ba
use
ng
your,
FFP2? Eto,
oh,
ayan, binuksan ko na siya. Na-excite.
meron ka.
Ayan,
Mm,
FFP2 guys, ganyan siya. Tapos
oh.
meron
Diyos
siyang
ko,
ganito.
Lord. Ang pisngi ko niyan, tingnan mo, may red na ako dito. Everyday yan gamit namin sa theater. Mm.
FFP2. Face mask
FFP2.
FFP2 So,
Oo, FFP2.
ano siya, para siyang duck mask. Ang
Ah.
ganyan siya, itsura niya.
Mm,
Ganyan siya.
mm,
Tapos, kailangan niyo siya ilakbo. Dito
mm.
yung merong wire dito. Ilalak mo
Oh,
siya
yung ban. Mm,
sa chin. Two
mm.
straps ito because both of them go over, but then,
And one
ayoko siyang
below.
shirten. Kasi sayang.
Ah,
Basta ganyan
ah,
siya, tapos the one on the top should be on the topmost
yeah.
part, and the other one
And the
below.
other ban is below. Mm-mm. Mm. So,
Yan.
yeah, we do use that every day. So, depende sa COVID protocol. But if you are going only to do like a PPE, like for bedside care, you can use like the surgical mask. You don't have to wear FFP2 kasi it's a waste of the PPE. So, 'di ba,
May,
sayang naman.
may sinasabi ni Mayora, sorry, lalabas ko yung aking surgical
Mm.
mask na naka-zip lang. Nasa loob siya
Ah,
ng bag ko. Ayan, eto
ah,
malinis ko ha, wait lang. Ito yung sinasabi ni Mayora na surgical mask.
mm, mm,
Yung sinusot natin ng mga mask.
mm. Oo, ayan. So, wear surgical mask when in direct contact or within 3 feet of the service user. Wear gloves and aprons also when providing direct care to service users with respiratory tract infection. So, okay, especially if your patient is COVID patient. So, you have to wear the full PPE. Ayon. And then main points to remember. Surgical mask suitable for most situations. So again, as I've mentioned at na-mention din ni Gail, if your patient is hindi naman siya COVID positive, so you don't have to wear FFP2. So ang isusuot mo lang is yung surgical mask, yung ordinary, yung blue mask. Ayun. And then change mask if it becomes damp, wet, or turn. So kung mabasa siya, so kailangan mo na siyang palitan. May iba
Guys,
kasi nagtitipid ng face mask. Uh,
guys, huwag kayo
may iba,
masyadong magtipid.
wag mo,
Baka
oo.
mahilo na kayo. Poisonous
Oo,
poisonous
oo,
yung hininga, guys.
nagtitipid. Pag
Okay?
dito ka sa Ireland, you're lucky. Like, you don't have to worry about the supply. Oo, but wag naman to the point na sayangin mo. Oo, 'di ba? And then discard mask when leaving the service user's room. So I will show you how to discard your face mask properly after doffing your PPE. So ayan, so later on. So and then wash hands again immediately after removal. And then service users should avoid leaving sick room and entering communal areas if this is necessary. A mask must be worn. So to correctly put on and remove mask, so ayan, i-discuss natin later on. And again, for if you are working in theater or sa ICU, HD yung adaptation mo, um, or aerosol generating procedures, may, pero nebulizer is not considered aerosol generating procedure. May nabasa akong ganun, Gail, na
Opo,
hindi daw siya considered na aerosol generating procedure.
actually sa amin considered pa rin siya. Like say if you
Considered pa rin siya.
your
Mm,
nebulization. I think
mm,
kailangan ko pang mag-research on that one. But sa
mm,
amin kasi it's considered. So pag ganon,
mm.
we still use our
Siguro, siguro unless you stay inside with the patient or kung
yes,
magbigay ka
oo
lang
naman.
naman ng ano, ng yung gamot niya, then you leave after. So, you're fine. You don't have to wear
Kasi sa amin we have
FFP2.
to stay
Oh, kasi bata. Oo, kids. And then, long sleeve at saka disposable gown pag COVID patient yung iti-take care mo. And then, plastic aprons. Bakit kailangan mo mag-wear? This prevent bloody fluid splashes, and PPE is the lowest protective measure in the hierarchy of the risk controls. So, ayun. So, ang pinakauna talaga is yung hand washing. The wearing of gloves is never a replacement for your hand hygiene. It's still, ang hand hygiene mo ang pinaka-importante. So, okay, ang pinakaantay nating lahat kung paano magsuot ng PPE.
ano
But
nga ba
before
magsuot
that,
ng Miss Yen?
oo, okay.
Mayora.
Oo. So, what are the things to do before magsuot ng PPE or bago magpunta even sa RCSI test mo, sa OSCE? So, make sure na nakatali ang buhok mo, clip at the back, kasi pag magsusuot ka ng mask na magtali-tali, so maano baka matanggal siya diyan. And then mas okay pag nag-oske ka, yung buhok mo is nakatali siya. Ayan siya. And then make sure na walang jewelries. So walang rings, tapos walang relo. Relo actually is bawal dito, infection control. So bawal diyan ang pati earrings, dangling earrings bawal 'yan kasi hindi ka naman pupunta ng party-party. Bakit ka magdadangling
Nako, paano
earrings?
yung party-party?
'Di ba? Party-party! Oh, kaya wag magdangling earrings.
May pasaya. May pasaya
Ang
sa
allowed lang na
party-party.
jewelry girl is yung wedding band or wedding ring. So, yun lang. So, tapos bawal din ng mga long nails. Ayan. So, kailangan nakaklip yung nails. Bawal yung false nails. So, bawal lahat yon. So, okay? And then, yung papuntang elbow mo, this must be free. So, wala kang mga abubot dyan. Tapos, kung naka-long sleeve ka or naka-jacket ka, so kailangan naka-roll siya pataas dito. Ayan siya, naka-roll siya. And then, ano pa ba? Remove all the beard. Okay. Ito, yes. Yan, iro-roll. Kagaya ng ginawa ni Gail. Never bring a mobile phone sa OSCE. Okay? And then, even at work, especially when you are doing the adaptation, guys, ito lang, kasi you will be scrutinized by everybody kasi you are doing your adaptation. So, wag pasaway, okay? Wag pasaway. Itago mo yung phone mo sa locker. Gamitin mo lang siya during your break, but not during sa duty mo. Kasi um, you are under the scrutiny of everybody, especially when you are doing your adaptation, may magsusumbong yan sa preceptor mo, oy, si ano, yung nag-a-adaptation natin palaging nasa phone. So, ayun. So, if you must, magtago ka or discreetly lang. Hindi to the point na maya-maya na lang nag-check ka sa phone mo. And then, with the COVID protocol as well, like, bawal talaga magdala ng phone kasi infection, di ba? Oo. So, ayun. So I guess we are ready na sa ating PPE kasi natanggal na natin yung ating mga abubot diyan.
Bad na
So,
po ang lahat.
ready na tayo? Okay,
Nagubad
so
na tayo.
first, magdi-decontaminate muna tayo ng hand. So, I will show you the PPE. Kung kunyari, we will go for, mag-change tayo or mag-empty tayo ng urine bag. Okay, so mag-hand washing mo tayo. When are you going to do or put on your PPE? So isusuot mo yun to sa anteroom. Hindi doon sa loob ng pasyente, sa loob ng kwarto ng pasyente. So isuot mo ito sa anteroom ng pasyente or kung may parang treatment room kayo sa nurse station, so doon ka magsuot bago ka pumunta doon sa patient room. So of course, I have here alcohol gel. Ayan, so mag-hand washing tayo. Ayan, kunyari nag-pump na ako. So make sure na you had enough of the solution in your hand. Huwag magtipid. Ayan, ayan siya. And then, as discussed earlier this week, si Nurse Emma ba yung kasama mo, Gail? Nung,
Nurse Emma.
yeah, yung hand
You guys,
hygiene
if you
niya
want
is
an in-depth discussion ng hand
hand
hygiene,
hygiene.
everything,
Oo. Balikan nyo
how,
yung vlog na yon. Oo.
the
Oo.
interlace, she
Oo.
discussed it to
Oo.
the previous one,
Mm-mm. So,
episode 4.
episode 4. So, balikan niyo yung episode 4. So, okay. So, bear with me. So naglagay na tayo ng hand gel. So, make sure na very generous yung paglalagay mo. Then, after that, pump to pump. Okay? Then, back of the hands. Back of the hands. And then, finger webs. Ayan. Thumb to thumb. Thumb. And then, interlace, interlace. And then, middle of your thumb, middle of your thumb. And then, you're ready. Okay? So, next step is magsusuot na tayo ng ating apron. So, I have here my apron. Ayan siya. Ito lang yung, hindi ako nagnenok ng gown, no? Kasi baka maano tayo. Di ba? Apron lang yung kinuha ko, girl. Ayan. May apron tayo. Ayan
So, etong
siya. Suot
apron na
natin.
sinasabi ni Mayora, guys, ginagamit mo
Ah,
siya on your like for your bedside care and for your standard
ah.
precaution.
Standard precaution. Yeah. So, ayan. So, lagay natin dyan. Tapos, itali sa likod. um, mahirap. Kung tatayo kasi ako, mawawala ako sa screen. So, ganyan na lang, kunyari. Okay? So, may apron na tayo. And then next, after your apron, is magsusuot tayo ng, wait, put on your face mask. So, wala kasi akong face mask dito, so ito na lang gagamitin ko. So, usually, yung surgical mask na hawak ni Gail kanina, may parang metal band to dito. So, make sure na nakalapat sa ilong mo yan. Ayan siya. And then, ilagay mo siya dito. Ayan. And make sure yung dito banda sa baba is nakalagay talaga sa dito.
Sa ilalim ng chin.
Oo. Para well protected ka. Ayan siya. And then next, so after putting on your face mask, iba ang pagsusuot ng FFP2. Unfortunately, wala ako. Hindi ko rin mapapakita kasi ayaw kong kumuha sa hospital. Kasi baka may makakita sa atin. Tapos, di ba, ginamit ko. So, pasensya na. So, ayan. So, I have my face mask. And then, may iba't iba tayong klase na eye protective wear. So, I have here my face shield. So, siguro hindi face shield ang gagamitin ko. Ito na lang yung goggles. So, yan. Suot natin yan. Yan. Ayan siya. And then, after wearing your goggles, is magsuot na tayo ng ating gloves. But if you are going to wear yung FFP2, may tinatawag tayo na ano, yung paano siya, yung fit check. Ayan siya. Nabablurred eh. Oo. So, i-check mo yan siya. Like, tanggalin ko lang siya nagpa-fog eh. Kasi hindi kasi ito nagsisil. So, paano mo i-check yung fit check noon? Siguro alam na to yung mga nurses who are working in theater back home or sa ICU or who are minding COVID patients. Like when you do your fit check, so nasuot mo na siya. So, ang isang elastic band dito sa taas, ang isa sa baba. So, when you do your fit check, so make sure nakalapat dito yung parang band niya. Okay? At tapos yung dito sa my neck area din nakalapat siya. And then ilagay, you put your hand like this and try to inhale and exhale. So, kung tama yung fit niya, tapos kailangan umaano siya dito. So, when you exhale, lumalabas siya dito. Parang hindi siya naiipit. So, may room ka to inhale and exhale. So, tapos pag ganito mo, walang lumalabas na hangin dito. Pag nag-inhale, exhale ka. So, meaning, tama yung fit niya. Ayun siya. Okay? So, ibalik ko na lang yung ano natin para makita nyo kung paano ko talaga siya tanggalin. So at this time, okay lang naman na i-adjust mo yung PPE mo kasi malinis ka pa eh. Hindi ka pa nagpunta doon sa pasyente. So ilagay natin siya ulit. And then after that is you put on your gloves. Ayun siya. So make sure when you're putting your gloves, tama yung size na ginamit mo. Nagpo-fog talaga siya, Gail. Oh,
Alert.
oh, ibalik ko na lang siya pag nagtanggal ako. So, make sure na you have the correct size of the gloves. So, isuot mo siya. As I've said, open gloving technique to at saka unsterile gloves naman to. So, okay lang. You don't have to be mindful na unsterile na yung pag-touch mo ng gloves. So, okay lang. So, ayan. Suot mo siya. Ayan. Make sure na ano siya, covered up to your wrist para naman to have a maximum protection. Hindi yung nakaganyan lang, walang kwenta yung pagkalagay mo. So, dapat at least nabatak mo siyang konti up to your wrist. Ayan. So, the same with the other hand. So, ready ka na to go inside the theater, theater, patient room. But
Aha.
before that, kasi hindi naman lahat ng setup sa ward, may ano sila, yung yellow bin natin na tinatawag or your biohazard bin. So, make sure may dala kang, this is a pretend yellow bag na lang, ito. So, dapat may dala kang yellow bag. Okay? So, pretend yellow bag, biohazard bag. So, kailangan yung biohazard mo, hindi siya nakatupi. Kailangan, bago ka pumasok doon, is naka-open na siya in a way na madali mong mailagay yung mga dirty, mga soiled PPE mo dyan. So, yan, naka-ready na siya. Naka-open siyang ganyan bago ka pumasok. So, of course, aside from your PPE, like if you are going to do a wound care, so dala mo na rin yung yung mga gamit mo like yung wound care kit, bagong dressing, at saka yung sterile gloves kasi you will be using a sterile gloves when you are going to do a wound care. So, ayun siya. So, so, pasok na tayo sa patient's room. Pagdating doon, of course, you introduce yourself. Ako po si Nurse Yen. I'll be changing your wound dressing today or I'll be emptying your catheter bag, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So, tapos na. You've done all your bedside care. So, now the proper way of doffing your or removing your PPE. So, first is, anong una mong gagawin? Is you have to remove your gloves. So, paano mag-remove ng gloves mo? So, you have to remember na itong harap dito lahat is contaminated na siya. Okay? Yung face shield mo, yung mask mo, yung gloves, at saka yung harap ng apron mo. These are all contaminated. So, you have to be very careful when removing your PPE. So, you remove your gloves by not touching your skin and try to peel it off down. Okay? Yeah. And then, insert your two finger or one or two finger underneath the other glove, not touching the dirty gloves as well. Ayan siya. Okay? And then you throw it into the yellow bag na dala mo. And then at this time, you do your hand hygiene again. So, hand hygiene again. Okay? So, make sure na marami yung nilagay mo na hand gel. And then you do your hand hygiene again. So, palm to palm, back of the hand, finger web, thumb to thumb, tapos interlace, and then middle of your palm. And then, malinis ka na uli. So, the next thing you are going to do is, balik ko lang siya, is remove your goggles. So, remove your goggles. If you are using a face shield or disposable goggles, at this time, pwede mo na siyang itapon together with your gloves sa biohazard bag mo. But in my case, kasi ano siya, reusable, so itabi muna natin siya dyan. So, ayan, so itapon mo siya. And then, or otherwise, you can like leave it and remove it later on. So, ayan siya. So, itapon mo siya together with your yellow bag. If you are using this type of face shield, yung disposable, like this one. Okay, so itapon mo siya. So, after that, um, you are going to remove your apron after removing your goggles. So, saan na ba tayo? Remove gun, apron. Okay. So, bago natin tanggalin to is i-break mo lang dito. So you just break the tie from the
Balik.
back and then let it fall sa harapan mo. Let it fall. And then break the tie from the back and then try to roll, avoiding touching the front of the apron or the gown. Then you throw it together with
Guys,
the other PPE. Uh,
guys, dagdag ko
and
lang
then
guys
after,
ha. In-emphasize dito ni
mm,
Miss Yen na, na, na i-roll nyo siya. I-roll nyo siya
mm,
guys kasi it helps on preventing the spillage. Kunwari, merong blood na nandun sa gown mo or what, kailangan mo siyang slowly i-roll kasi para hindi siya nakatiwangwang dun sa basurahan kung saan mo siya itatapon. Which
tama.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, after discarding your apron, your soiled apron, then you have to do your hand hygiene again. So, hand hygiene ka uli. So, okay, hugas kamay, palm to palm, back of
Kung
hand.
napansin nyo guys, every time
Mm,
na magre-remove ng pip si Miss Yen,
mm,
si
mm,
Mayora, nag-hand hygiene siya. Ibig sabihin,
mm.
kahit na anong pipi ang i-remove mo, don't forget your hand.
Hand hygiene. And then, if during your oske, nagpanik ka, nakalimutan mo, anong step na susunod? Always go back to hand hygiene. Then, balik ka uli. Always. Pag nakalimutan yung next step niya. So, balik ka uli sa hand hygiene bago ka humawak ng ibang PPE. So, moving back,
And of
natapon na
course,
natin. Hmm?
and of course you guys, kunwari may nakalimutan kayo in the middle of something,
Hmm.
say this is the exam, or say this is adaptation, or nasa ward kayo, you can always speak it out. Parang, kunwari, ay nakalimutan ko mauna pala ang
Oo.
apron bago gloves. You can always
Ah.
say that, oh, um, I forgot I have to wear my apron first before my gloves. So now
Mm.
I will remove my gloves, do my hand hygiene, and then
Mm. Mm.
put my apron, and then
Mm.
put my new gloves again. Parang ganun, you just have to state it. And
Mm.
you just have to know na nagkamali kayo
Mm.
before others would recognize.
Mm. Tama. Tama, Gail. So, ayan. So, after throwing the apron into the soiled biohazard bag, tapos mag-hand hygiene ka uli. Ayan. Parang,
Kaka-hand hygiene, memorize nyo na ata. Nag-hand hygiene din ata kayo dyan.
oo. You can
Yan.
sing happy birthday actually. It will take around 20 to 30 seconds. If they will ask you how long do you need to do your hand hygiene, you can simply answer to 20 to 30 seconds. Ayun siya. So after that, so ready ka nang dalhin yung biohazard bag sa labas, but don't remove your face mask inside the patient's room.
O ngayon, Miss
Do
Yen, magtatanong tayo
mm,
sa kanila. Guys,
mm,
bakit hindi re-remove yung mask? Eh, PPE din naman yun, Miss Yen. Bakit hindi i-remove? Ngayon, comment
mm.
down below. Sumagot na ang lahat. Biglang
Oh.
nabawasan yung viewers. May umalis. Kasi nung nagtanong, sabi siguro patay tayo dyan, magtatawag ng pangalan si Miss Gil. Alis na
Nasa
muna ako.
nagtago sa likod ng sa row 4.
Nagtago. Ayan.
Oo.
So, ano nga ba,
Oo.
guys?
Oh. So bakit nga
Bakit
ba?
nga ba?
Mm.
Ba't parang wala na sumagot? Nakatanga na lang. Patay, parang ako na lang din ito. Parang ako lang
Ah,
din ito nung may maraming discussion. Nakaganon lang.
oo. Oo.
So,
Who's
ano nga
ringing
ba,
na?
guys?
Ah. Ah.
Wala na silang sagot.
Wala sa
Wala na.
nasagot.
Wala na.
Oo.
Si Stephen, hindi na nasagot. Stephen
Mm.
left the conversation. Ay, Janice left the Mads, sumagot ka. Alam ko nandiyan ka, Mads. Magparamdam ka.
Ah. Ah.
Bakit nga ba, guys? This is also to protect
Mm.
yourself. Kasi alam nga
Mm.
naman, guys, lalabas ka na lang doon ng bear.
Mm.
Lalabas ka na lang. And of
Mm.
course, guys, to protect yourself when you come out of the ward, the
Mm.
room. Anyways, guys, pwede mo pa rin naman siyang i-discard right after you discard your other
Mm.
PPE.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. Yun.
Delayed po
So,
ang signal dito. Sabi ni
ha?
Stephen, delayed po ang signal dito. Wag ako, Stephen. Kasagot, nag-reply ka nung may sagot ka. Nasaktan ko pa ngayon, Stephen.
Oh.
Ayan.
Oh. Yeah. So, yeah, we all know that now, especially may pandemic tayo, may COVID. So, keep your mask on. So, never remove it to protect yourself from infection. Tama, may point ka. May
Si
tama
Jan.
ka.
Ay, tama ka, Janice! Yay!
Ay, tama ka. Yeah, especially we have the pandemic, may COVID. So, just to protect yourself and to protect the patient as well. So, don't remove your face mask inside the patient room. So, okay. Ready na tayong lumabas. Pwede na tayong lumabas sa patient room.
Pwede,
Dala-dala yung
pwedeng
ating,
lumabas. Bawal lumabas.
oh, bawal lumabas pag hindi mo
Pwedeng lumabas.
tinanggal yung PPE mo. Oh,
Ayun, bawal
pwede
lumabas
ka
kung
nang
naka-PPE
lumabas pag
ka.
natanggal mo na yung PPE mo.
Ayun. Ayan,
Oo.
guys. Sagot.
Ayun. So, okay, ready na tayong lumabas with your, eto, yung biohazard bag natin, bit natin. And then, so, pwede mong tanggalin, you can remove your face mask in the anteroom. Ibig sabihin, yung room beside the patient room or sa labas mismo ng door ng pasyente. But make sure the door is closed when you're going to remove your face mask. So,
And guys, bawal dito yung ano ha, like, kunwari naka-PPE ka, nagsuot ka ng PPE mo, kunwari naka-gown ka, tapos hindi ka pa nakapasok sa room ng pasyente mo, tapos sabihin mo, ay, may nakalimutan pala ako. Kunwari,
mm,
nag-gloves ka na, nag-gown ka na,
mm,
tapos, ay, may
mm,
nakalimutan ako, kulang pala ako ng dressing kit. Punta ako ng stock room. Guys, hindi pwedeng maglakad nung naka-PPE ka, guys, ng ano, ha. Kunwari,
mm,
naka-gloves ka, naglalakad ka sa
mm,
hallway.
mm, mm,
Sa hallway,
mm,
papagalitan ka
mm.
ng infection control. If you're
Oo.
not ready to go inside the room,
Mm,
remove all the PPE, do your hand
mm.
hygiene,
And
kumuha
get
ka
out.
ng
Mm.
dressing set, saka ka magsuot ulit ng
PPE.
kasi
Oo.
pag
Mm.
na-audit kayo
Mm.
at nalaman na ikaw ang pakalat-kalat sa hallway na
Ah.
naka-PPE, hindi naman kasi guys, kung kunwari ikaw, kunwari ako, nag-PPE na ako, tapos yung nurse nandun, may nakakita sa akin nurse, alam ba nung nurse na yon na malinis yung suot ko? Di ba hindi? Hindi niya naman
Mm.
alam na, uy, alam ka naman niya, oh, malinis tong suot ko ha, malinis yung suot ko.
Mm.
Siyempre guys, i-assume na nung nurse na naka-PPE ka, you're about to go to the patient or like
Mm.
probably you have gone to the patient. So make
Mm.
sure guys na naka-PPE kayo, naka-gloves, especially naka-gloves guys. Huwag kayong magpalakad-lakad sa hallway, tapos pupunta pa kayo ng stock room, papagalitan talaga kayo ng mga seniors nyo or ng mga kasamahan
Mm.
nyo. And they would be, they would really tell you that you're not supposed to wear those things, right? Parang ganun. Parang sasabihan ka talaga nila because it's for your own protection, for patient safety, and for other safety as well.
Mm.
Nagali,
Yes.
nag-reprimand. Ayan.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Ay, sorry naman. Sorry naman po. Nagsasabi
Okay.
lang.
So,
Nagsasabi.
again, going back. So, pwede na tayong lumabas. Okay? With our
Ayan na.
PPE biohazard bag. So, sa labas mismo ng room, usually kasi may mga biohazard bags na yan sa labas. So, hindi lahat naman ng facilities may ganun eh. So, pagkalabas mo, bago ka gumala at magdala-dala ng PPE mo, tanggalin mo muna yung face mask mo kasi galing ka sa pasyente, especially if ano siya, possible na may COVID or something like that. So, you need to remove your face mask. So, how to remove your face mask is kagaya nito, if you have the surgical mask na loop yung tie niya, is it's very easy. So, loosen mo lang siya, okay? And then sa kabila din, but again, avoid touching the front ng mask mo kasi ito yung considered na contaminated area. So, never touch the front of your face mask. So, how to remove your face mask? Ayan, Gail. So, dito lang sa may loop. Ayan. Tanggalin mo lang siya. Ilusin mo lang siya. And then, do the other side as well. Using the other finger.
Biglang ganun
Ano,
talaga,
tanggal ko
susunod
siya, di
pa
ba?
sayang. Ayan, nakatenga na siya.
And then, nakaganyan na siya. So, nasa yung camera. Ayan. And then, itapon mo na siya doon sa biohazard bag mo.
So, ilulup
So,
yun siya, yan, ilulup.
loop,
Tapos,
tapos ganyan.
ilulup.
Tanggal.
Tapos,
So, put them together, and then tapon mo na dun sa biohazard bag. Ayan. So, and then after that is, kailangan mo na siyang, yung biohazard bag mo is, kailangan mo siyang ilagay sa isa pang bag, lalo na if suspected na COVID siya, yung pasyente.
remember guys, yung mga
Oh,
PPEs nyo, itatapon nyo siya sa, especially guys, kunwari nag-come
mm.
kayo na, kunwari, transition, transition,
Adaptation.
transmission, hindi, transmission-based precaution siya. Kunwari, may infection,
Mm.
may,
Mm.
alam, sa lahat naman halos talaga pag transmission-based, either bin sa paglabas mo ng room, or yung iba nasa
May
loob ng room.
nakalagay, no?
So,
Di ba,
make
Gail,
sure nyo lang
di
guys
kasi
na
ako ward nurse, may nakalagay ba sa door?
yellow,
Oh, oh, yan.
nakalagay na
Usually kasi,
isolation. Pero hindi
may
kasi
nakalagay.
sasabihin doon kung airborne, contact, nakalagay
Oo,
lang isolation.
oo.
So, you just have to refer to your hand
Mm.
over to the note.
Yun. So, ayun yung mga scenario sa ward. So, may nakalagay na paskil sa harap ng patient's room na isolation, or sa harap ata ng chart sa patient, may nakalagay ba, Gail? No.
Meron din
Sa chart ng
especially if
patient.
meron
Ayun.
lang.
Ayun. So, ayan. So, na-roll mo na siya, and then, itali mo na siya, and make sure i-double bag mo siya. Ayan siya. So, ilagay mo siya again sa biohazard bag. So, after doing such thing, again, what did I say before we started our PPE? Yung first and last natin na gagawin, always, huwag kalimutan mag-hand hygiene. So, again, hand hygiene. So, hand hygiene ulit. Ganyan. Palm to palm, back of the hand, finger webs. Okay? Thumb to thumb, interlace, middle of the palm. Saran. So that is your donning and doffing of PPE. Very easy. But again, as I mentioned by Gail,
So guys, remember,
pag makalimutan mo ang steps, you can always go back and start with hand hygiene. Ayun. So, and then never, for people naman who are going to do their
always,
adaptation, ah, for people naman who
sorry.
are
You
going
go
to
on,
do their
sorry.
adaptation, if you are going to do a change of catheter or wound care, make sure na ready yung mga gamit mo bago ka pumunta doon sa patient's room. Okay? If you are not familiar with the PPE, tingnan mo muna yung mga PPE na sa harapan mo, and kabisaduhin mo muna siya bago mo siya gamitin. Magbasa ka muna, girl. Huwag kang pumunta sa adaptation mo na hindi ka man lang nagbasa kung paano mag-PPE. Oo.
So
Then,
ang
like, you
ano
help
ngayon,
yourself.
guys, kasi nga guys, iba-iba naman kasi tayo ng mga PPEs available. Yung nasa Saudi ka, iba, 'di ba, kung sino man yung nasa Saudi ngayon, you know the yellow gowns. Yun yung ginagamit natin sa mga transmission based. So may mga yellow gown, may blue gowns, may sterile, may non-sterile. So pagpunta nyo dito guys, magbasa tayo sa HSC LAN. Merong mga available photos, videos na nandun.
So, I have here
And
actually, Gail,
also,
I have here parang ano to, galing to sa HSC LAN. Ayan siya. Ewan ko kung makaklaro ba nila yan. Parang diagram. It's so ano talaga na hindi ko ma-share. Ayan siya. So, ito, ayan, naka full gear
actually,
talaga siya
Mayora,
na
pwede natin siya
PPE.
i-share sa FNI mismo. I will share it.
I-share mo na lang siya yung ano doon. Parang poster
Guys, yung
nila.
mga visual aids or yung mga i-share namin siya doon sa mismong post ng series na ito. May tanong si ano pala, si Sin de los Santos, sabi niya pa, Mayora, wala po bang coverall or hazmat pag sa COVID
Hazmat?
suspect ward ka?
I've never worked in the in ICU, Gail. Sa ICU nyo ba may hazmat? Kasi sa
Kasi
theater,
dito,
like,
it depends kasi ganito yan. The
mm,
Philippines and like other countries, they have hazmat. Hazmat. Anong hazmat?
mm,
Hazmats. And like, coverall. Dito
oo,
kasi,
cover all.
I know I've seen, and I know I've seen those coveralls, but I'm not really sure if they are still using them sa
Mm,
ICU
mm,
because I've seen
mm,
the blue gowns and
mm.
hindi kasi uso dito yung mga pa-helmet natin, no? Yung mga
No,
katulad
hindi.
sa helmet talaga.
Tapos
Yung
yung
katulad
boots,
sa
may boots pa nga
Pilipinas,
ako
hindi
nakikita, 'di ba, Gail? Oh, may pa-boots
mm,
pa nga sa Pilipinas
meron
eh.
naman
Wala.
pero dito kasi ate, I feel like hindi ganun. Hindi ganun yung
Mm,
katulad. Kaya nga, di ba, natutuwa kami kasi sa Philippines, you have your different color of coveralls, you have your
mm,
booties,
mm,
you
mm,
have
mm,
even you have your face shields na parang yung, may parang,
mm,
yung,
mm,
anyways, iba dito. May gown,
mm,
you have your gown to make sure that you're
mm,
protected from your entire arm. And it's a big
mm,
gown that covers almost the entire of like your lower limb, lower body.
mm,
Have
mm,
face shield. Yun
mm,
naman ang gamit not us is the one that we
mm. Ano yung
sorry
ano,
in
like
the
like
Philippines
like in
and
the
in
theater, if we have a
kung ano yung
COVID
nakikita
pass,
sa videos.
hmm?
Yes, you go on it.
Like in theater, if we have a patient like possible COVID siya, so automatic we will treat the patient as COVID positive, right? So like we don't really wear like coveralls or booties or something like helmets. No, we just wear our usual gown yung sa theater, yung long sleeve gown na may cuff dito, but we make sure that everybody, even the circulating nurses, will wear the same. Okay, but it doesn't have to. They don't have to wear the sterile gloves. Yung mga scrub nurses lang at saka yung surgeon itself. But the circulating nurses can wear like long sleeve gown with cuff and then make sure when they're putting on the gloves na up to natak in yung cuff ng ano ng gown. Ayun siya. And then we wear like FFP2, yung pinakita ni Gail kanina na special na respirator or FFP3, depende sa available na supply and then we need to wear yung mga goggles as well. So, even though if you have your glasses like Gail na may glasses siya, you still have to wear your goggles. Or your face shields. Ayun. And then
Oo, kaya
after that,
kaya
kung infected
struggle
case,
talaga guys when you have
oh,
eyesight.
oo, oh, yun. And then after the case, like everybody needs to change scrub suit. That's our COVID protocol sa hospital. And then the room needs to be clean at least for 30 minutes. Um, yeah, to 1 hour. 30 minutes to 1 hour ang room bago mag ano. And
And
usually if
tandaan nyo guys,
COVID
when the
positive
surgery,
patient, mm, like
if the
usually we will put
surgery
the
is,
patient
if I mean the patient is COVID positive or or COVID precaution, ang ginagawa guys, clean cases first if hindi
first.
naman siya emergency. Di ba, Miss
Oh.
Yen? Cases
Oo.
first
Yeah, like
before
we
the
do like
emergency.
infectious cases including COVID precaution patient last on the list. Ayun, usually. Mm. Or last sa morning session, then we clean for an hour and then we resume the afternoon session after cleaning the theater. Yun. That's what we do. But usually a patient will be last on the list. But very fortunate lang kasi in the hospital where I work, all cases kasi is elective. We don't have A&E. So lahat ng surgery namin is elective. So they are already na-swab na sila bago ilalagay for surgery. So we don't do really like COVID patient positive sa hospital namin. Lahat sila naka-pre-swab. So kailangan negative, not detected yung PCR test nila bago sila ilagay sa list. Oo. Ayun.
I think the only reason a COVID patient, a COVID positive patient will go for theater, it's an emergency.
Emergency,
Like,
like
alam
dire
mo yun,
emergency.
as much as
Mm.
possible kasi guys, lahat,
Mm.
like, say, all those who will undergo surgery, even for myself, I had
Mm.
COVID swabs. And
Mm.
they will only accept the anesthetics will only accept 72-hour a COVID swab.
Mm.
Kunwari nag COVID swab ka na Monday, tapos ang theater mo Thursday pa. Hindi na yun, ulit
Mm.
ka na ng Wednesday.
Mm.
70 hours lang yun. Kailangan as
Yeah.
fresh as that.
Oo. Ito pala yung yung mukha ng biohazard bag. This is the one. Ayan.
Yeah, meron siyang parang
Mm.
biohazard logo.
Mm.
Sabi ni
So,
Stephen De Los Santos, Stephen ang sosyal, sabi, using po overall and outer gown on top. Sana all. Sana all.
oo. No,
Kasi guys,
hindi
if
kasi
you want
ganyan
a
dito sa
reliable
Arlan
source,
eh. Oo.
gusto nyo talagang makita
Ah.
kung ano yung gowns, ano yung gloves,
Mm.
ano yung face mask na ginagamit, you go to HSC now, HSC Land, or HSC
Mm.
website, HSC, maka, kung maka HSC, hse.ie,
Oo.
andon yung mga pictures ng mga PPEs na available sa mga gamit. Kasi,
Oo.
you might be using some PPEs there in the Philippines or in Saudi Arabia or in Oman
Mm.
or Abu
Mm.
Dhabi
Mm. Mm.
that we might not be using.
Yes.
May question
Mm.
pa ba kayo? Mayora, okay ka na ba doon? May gusto kang idagdag?
Yun nga lang, I would just like to remind everybody na ang pinaka-importante talaga before putting on your PPE and after removing is hand hygiene. The very first thing and the last thing that you do is hand hygiene. Huwag mong kalimutan dyan. And then you do your risk assessment on what PPE to wear bago ka pumunta sa pasyente, like for wound care or drainage of catheter. Like, may mga procedures kasi na you don't have to be wearing face shields, 'di ba? Apron lang or gloves or face mask sapat na. So you have to do your risk assessment as well. Oo. And you have to remember
So,
um that the front of your apron, yung gloves mo, yung face mask, and your shields is all contaminated after finishing your bedside care. So, never touch with your bare hands. Always, lahat ng infected PPE or lahat ng PPE goes to the yellow bag or the biohazard bag. Hindi sa regular general waste bin, yung white bin. Hindi dito. They should go to the yellow bin. Mm. Ayan.
guys, remind ko lang guys, i-add ko lang sa mga sinabi. Alam ko marami na nasabing essential si Miss Yen. Pero dagdag ko lang, importance of wearing. Guys, remember, personal protective equipment. Bakit nga ba? So guys, take note of this. It is essential to know the importance why we actually wear. It is personal. It means it is intended to protect you, protect yourself. Personal protective. The first part is personal protective. Is to protect yourself and also to protect your patient. Kasi nga, you might be healthy as you are right now, but you don't know if you are a carrier of something, of some like organism. Kaya,
Mm.
wearing PPE is not just to protect yourself, but also to protect your patient. And, oh. May gets pa guys? Ayan. Okay na ba tayo guys? May mga tanong pa ba kayo para kay Mayora bago kami sumayaw? Di ba Mayora sasayaw tayo? Bago kami sumayaw? Yan. O, guys, hindi sumasayaw si Mayora, guys. Hindi sumasayaw yan, pero napapasayaw natin siya. Ayan, guys.
Um, basta, for nurses coming to Ireland, as I've mentioned earlier, bago tayo nag-start ng ating discussion for this afternoon, you only go to the HSC website kasi you're coming to do your test or adaptation sa Ireland. Not in America, Not in Canada.
Yes. So be
Okay?
careful on what you read and what
Oo.
you watch.
Mm.
A lot
Baka
of
ma-confuse ka eh. Baka
YouTube
ma-confuse
that
ka.
will show you what
So,
to
oo.
do.
Mm.
Oo, baka
Mm.
ma-confuse you when you come here.
Mm. So, yun.
Mayora, before we wrap this up, wrap. Ayan, may babasahin lang ako, Mayora. Kasi ganito yun. Di ba nag-post ako
Ah,
sa FNI group natin? Sabi ni
ah,
Mosley, ayan, sabi ni Mosley
ah.
Jones, basahin ko lang guys ha, kasi ito talaga, legit talaga to si Mayora. Sabi pa ni Mosley, I love Mom Yan, Mayora. Isa sa mga naging inspirasyon ko mga vlogs niya. Good tandem. Keep it up, mga moms. Hehe, you inspire a lot of nurses and their families aiming for Ireland.
Ah.
Ayan.
Thank you.
Di ba guys, know that
Mostly Jones.
Mosley Jones.
Thank
Ayan, shout
you.
out kay Mosley
Uh,
Jones.
oh.
Ayan. Kasi nga, alam mo
Thank
naman,
you,
guys, pag
Jones.
nag-follow kayo, nag-subscribe kayo kay Mayora, marami kayong matututunan. Ano nga yun, Mayora? Matututunan mo kung paano, yung mga health education mo. Ano nga yung sinabi mo na
Oh, mga health vlog ko.
Ano nga yun?
I also do health vlogs, guys.
Yung
You just go to
yeast
ano,
infection ba yun?
yeast infection.
Ah!
Char! Hindi, how
Ah!
to search for your video kasi you will not see this kung pupunta ka lang sa channel ko and then you browse. You go to my playlist, tapos naka-arrange yung mga vlog ko doon. So let's say you wanna know about nursing in Ireland. So may naka-compile na ako na vlog. So i-click mo lang yun. So lahat ng vlog related to nursing in Ireland nandun. Like paano ba? Yung my journey ko on how I became a nurse in Ireland and then ano ba? Things you need to know coming over to Ireland, what to expect, cost of living, pero kailangan na i-update yon kasi 2 years ago pa yon yung cost of living doon. May ano din ako doon, mga common na slang languages sa Ireland, yung what's the crack, you need to know all this stuff, crunch, shebang, so nandun, nakalagay doon. And then I also do life vlogs and I also do health vlogs. So health vlogs like about yeast infection, women's health. So I have this in my channel as well. And life vlogs ko
Oh,
naman like
alam nyo na guys,
boring naman yung
pag
life ko
meron
dito.
kayong yeast infection, pag may
Yeast
yeast infection kayo, alam
infection,
nyo na kung saan
paano
manunod.
mabuntis agad, how to use the Yospe or emergency contraceptive pill. I also discuss that. Mm.
Di ba?
How to do the
Marami
calendar
talaga matututunan
method.
sa video ni Mayora. Oh,
Ayun.
naku, maraming matututunan yung mga calendar method na yan. Yung calendar method na yan. Ayan, sabi ni Stephen, noted po, Miss Gail and Mayora. Sabi niya, baka masali yan sa interview. Oo nga, baka masali yan sa interview soon. Sabi naman ni
Uh,
Janice, eto si Janice Mayora, pa-shoutout ako
mm.
kasi bakit? Ako Mayora, kakaiba, ang legality niya. Laging present sa videos namin yan, sa live
Uh,
stream. Si Janice
I
knows
hope to
me.
see you
Sabi niya
all
sa akin, correct,
soon.
gusto ko
Correct,
ang
gusto ko
garden
garden
ko.
mama. Do you also watch the vlog? Oo nga eh, medyo sad pa yung garden ko. Hopefully, excited na ako mag-spring kasi then I can work on my garden. Mahilig ako yun lang naman
Mag-bloom
kasi yung
na.
outlet ko. Like,
Yes.
oo, oo. Oo, nakakatuwa lang. I hope to see you all soon and wish you luck with your
Mayora, before we,
OSCE and your adaptation. Oo.
ayan, may pa-last message si Mayora. Thank you guys. Pag meron kayong question, please comment down below on this live stream kung anong mga topics ang gusto nyong i-discuss namin or kung sino pa ang gusto nyong makakollab ko with this RGN preparation. Kung may mga kakilala kayong mga YouTubers or mga nurses here in Ireland, who do you think, whom you think that is suitable to speak about some topics, please hit me
Mm.
up on my Facebook account or my Instagram. My Instagram is at Pyridoxin. That's Pyridoxin. Pyridoxin. If you follow me on Instagram or i-message nyo ako doon kasi minsan nandun ako guys. Pala ako sa Facebook, sa Instagram lang. Please guys, again, don't forget exclusively Yen. Please subscribe to her channel. Thank you so much, Miss Yen. Nako talaga, isa pong
Anytime,
karangalan.
Gail.
Ayan, karangalan po ang maging maging part or makakolab
Mm,
kayo. Bigatin yan si
mm.
Mayora, guys. Promise. Sinabi ko sa inyo, guys, pag bigatin.
Kakaya naman, grabe naman bigatin
Ayan.
talaga. Sana may natutunan kayo
Ako,
sa amin
guys,
ngayon.
bigatin yan.
Like, I do.
Yes.
Thank you po. Ah, I
Ayan.
hope
Thank you.
may takeaway kayo ngayon
Ayun
from
lang, guys.
us.
Ay,
Mm.
yun na nga lagi namin sinasabi. Pag nanood kayo ng live stream, may premyo kayo. Kasi marami kayong Ayun lang, guys. Thank you so much for this live stream and see you on our future RGN preparation series. There's coming up na series on COVID, on ISBAR, on constipation, educating your student nurses, and many more. Okay? Bye, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Mayora. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
today. Bye.
Gail. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. And I
Yes.
hope to see you all in Ireland. Stay safe.